Friends, we are going to delve deeper into meditative self-inquiry, and I'm going to give an introductory talk on the theme of from becoming to being. So I'm going to meditate upon it, and my invitation is that let us all meditate together. During this talk of about 20 or 25 minutes, there will be natural spaces, gaps. They happen. Usually I don't prepare my talks. What I do, I just invite myself to be in a state of silent presence and inner silence. And from that silence, what comes, I also don't know. So let us be surprised what happens. And meditation is a surprise. So simply be open to this surprise. And in order to deeply connect to this living presence, my only intention is to offer this living presence. The words are incidental, they are happening, and the only purpose of these words is to carry that quality of living silence, a quality of living compassion in this moment. And these qualities are there inside each one of us. So when we align with these qualities, this living silence and presence, we discover something immensely beautiful. Life opens up with all its beauty. So let us listen deeply and listen from one's whole being, not just from the head, which we are used to, not just from the mind. Let there be a listening from the heart, from one's whole being. And not just focus on the words which are being spoken, but also connect to the silence behind the words, the love behind the words, the spaces between the words. So then it is not so important to understand each word and statement. As I said, the only intention is to invoke that living presence which is there. It is not to be created. I am not creating anything. I am not even offering anything. It's just an invitation to awaken that energy which is waiting to manifest through each one of us. So let us begin with one of the fundamental problems confronting human mind. I will begin with a story. though I am not good at telling stories, but I never give up. I will try. So there is a village, a fisherman's village. A successful businessman is visiting that village for a vacation. And when he was walking, he saw a fisherman in the middle of the day relaxing under a tree. So for him it was not usual, because he was used to do a lot of work, effort to expand his business. So he stopped by and he asked that fisherman, "It's just middle of the day and you are relaxing, resting. Why don't you go for fishing?" And that fisherman said, "I have got enough for today. I did my fishing in the morning and it's enough for me. So why should I go now?" So that businessman started engaging with him and he said, "If you go, then you will get more fishes and you will earn more." And then that fisherman asked, "Then what will I do?" "Then you will get a bigger boat so that you can get more fishes, and then you will become quite rich." "Okay, and then afterwards what will I do?" And then businessman said, "Then you can simply retire and relax and rest." So fisherman said, "Okay, what do you think what I am doing now? Do I have to go to this whole circle, vicious circle, then to retire and rest?" So you see, this sense of becoming is ingrained in the society, how we are brought up. When we were born as a child, there is no ambition. We are very natural. We are born with our fundamental nature, what we are. And if you watch a child, she is complete, she is happy in that moment, enjoying that whole what is present. And then slowly our education system, society comes in saying you must be doing something. So the seed of becoming is sown early. And this is what happened with us. Like, it's not any fault of parents, they also received it. So it's like passing on that seed of becoming. That you are not enough, sufficient as you are. There has to be something more. You must be striving to become something. So this seed of striving to become something is sown from the early childhood. And nobody questions it. And slowly we forget who we are fundamentally, and we are all the time living in future. And that means we are never fully enjoying what is present now. And this sense of becoming is accepted as normal. If you are not becoming like that fisherman, then something is abnormal, unusual. So this has become a strong acquired habit, conditioning. And nobody questions it. We don't question it inside ourselves. Just imagine we have a weekend, a holiday, the work is finished, and there is an empty space, but we start feeling uncomfortable. We were waiting for the holiday, vacation, and when the space comes, The mind is restless because it has to do something. So why we are not able to accept ourselves as we are? Why there is this constant search to be something else than what I am in this moment? Isn't this becoming takes us away from our fundamental nature and the essence? And J. Krishnamurti's teachings, they were reminding all through his works that this is one of the fundamental problems of human mind, and this is the cause of inner conflict. We are all the time concerned with what should be and what should not be. When what is the fact, is the truth in this moment. So why can't we allow what is to be there, to look at it, to listen to it, and see what happens? And can we notice what is happening now? Is there any sense of becoming in this moment? Is mind busy about the future? Or am I present fully now? There is nothing missing, nothing lacking. There is no expectation to reach somewhere inwardly or outwardly. There is no demand. And life is present with all its beauty now. Any sense of psychological becoming takes me away from this present moment. And when I am talking about questioning this becoming, this does not mean that there is no passion to excel in something. So I would like to ponder over this a little bit, that there can be a passion for excellence in whatever I am doing, without becoming. Right? So this is a very subtle difference. In becoming, mind is concerned what other people are thinking about me. You see, I am not present. All the time world is present. How world is recognizing me, measuring me, assessing me. So I am not authentic in becoming. But when I love something, I am passionate about. It could be anything. Passionate about my work, whatever work I am doing, whether in the office or in the garden or in the kitchen. If there is a connectedness, if there is love, then it's a natural to flower, to do your or give your best in that. In that there is no becoming. Mind is not concerned about reward and punishment. Right? I am authentic. I am doing it for the sake of it, for the love of it. Whatever work is there or what I love to do. So, this passion is the very energy of life, and that passion has no becoming, it has no time. In becoming there is a time. I want to become something, therefore I am not enjoying what I am doing now. I will be more happy when I reach at that point, when people recognize me, when I have this much of money or position, status. So, I am denying this sacred moment of living. So, it's a life being lived in the mind only. So, the invitation is, can I live fully now? Which means allowing this passion to flower. Then whatever I am doing, I am bringing my fullness in it. Because to bring out the fullness is the very nature of life. Actually, that sense of psychological becoming can make me even dull. Though I may look very active, but inwardly there is an exhaustion, there is no freshness, there is a heaviness. But in this living this passion, living this fullness, there is a freshness, newness, a creative energy is flowing. Then mind is not concerned about comparison. I am not comparing myself with anybody else. I am not in competition with anybody else on this earth. Because I love what I am doing, I am enjoying it. And it is really important not to be mediocre, I feel, not to be lukewarm. Life is never lukewarm, it is never mediocre. But this conditioned mind is mediocrity. When you simply follow, accept what is regarded as normal, then you are becoming mediocre. Then you are losing your authenticity. And perhaps this state of beingness, which is my fundamental nature, it is full of energy, full of passion. A passion which is free from egocentric activity. It has no particular goal. It is passion to discover, to unfold what is. The passion to be not mediocre, not lukewarm. then no work is small. Then when you are touching anything, when you are making the tea or coffee in the morning, that is also a sacred act. You do it with passion. It's not about, because mind has an idea about great things. Yeah. Recently I visited Vincent van Gogh's place in France. I came from there. So it was near Paris where he spent his last days. Yeah, he was the man who was passionate about his art. That was his life. He didn't know anything else. And of course, he was not recognized during his lifetime. But his passion never stopped flowing. He was painting, and in spite of all challenging circumstances. And he was never accepting mediocrity, I felt. And of course, after he was gone, he was made a big celebrity. But that was not perhaps in his mind. So, if I am feeling really total, passionate in this moment, then whatever I may be doing, it may be very small, simple thing. That becomes, I would say, divine, sacred. It doesn't matter. So we don't have to become like Van Gogh or anybody, because he was not thinking of becoming, I feel. It's now people compare. If you are doing some art, you do it from your authenticity. You don't have to compare it with Van Gogh or anybody else, or music, or even a simple office work. You do it with full presence. So can we see the falseness of becoming? It's a movement of conditioned thought which creates a sense of ego, which is trying to become, because it feels all the time insufficient. And when I'm in this process of becoming, there is a fear all the time, you see, because I want to control myself. I want to control the future. I want to control the past. So there is an energy of control which is the most destructive in the human growth, inward growth. So can I see the falseness of this controlling energy of the mind? And when I see something clearly, it can drop. I don't have to struggle to drop it. It's just to see it clearly. What is not serving life? Living all the time with worries, with anxieties, what is going to happen in the future, and regretting about the past. I wish I could have acted differently, but that is all the story of the mind. So can I see the falseness of this story of the mind and start living now, returning home? We are all searching for home, not only outwardly but inwardly. And returning home means returning to this living presence, this beingness. And this beingness is the real treasure, is a real gift. Which is present in this very moment. I just have to look at it, allow it to unfold. Uncover it. And this beingness is the original, pristine space. And you can verify it here and now. Before anything begins, whether a thought begins, an emotion begins, a story begins, a pain begins, there is a beingness. Prior to everything, an open space of awareness, a space of stillness, a space of unconditional love. I don't have to create any of these things. It is there. Who am I to create it? Life has already gifted us with that. Can I simply lift the veil of the mind? My belief that I am incomplete, I am insufficient. I have to become something. This is limiting me. Just drop this belief. And then our real home is there. That presence, that beingness is here and now. So friends, let us allow this flow of self-inquiry. The space is open for a slow, gentle dialogue. A dialogue from the space of this presence, from beingness. Not just from the head. So let us very slowly allow this exploration to flow. And it doesn't matter if words are coming or not, because the real exploration does not depend on anything, including words, as I said in the beginning. Words are only useful as long as they carry the fragrance of that presence, that silence. And then let it go, drop it. Not to hold on to any word or anything. Then the magic of life is happening here and now.